Hey everyone, so this is a demo of our current app. It's undergoing beta testing. In this app, the first page managers, you can see a demonstration and illustration of your cash flows. And the first top part, you can see a quick summary of your past 30 days. You can filter the transactions by the different accounts that you have. You can go all the way to all the cards that you have, or you could actually go through and filter them by category, for example. So what happens is that in the bottom next section, you see your transaction history from all of your accounts. What's unique about this section is that you get the chance to actually compare your expenditure between your accounts. For example, this one. So for this card specifically, you should have used another call. You actually used the correct card. Now, for another transaction, you must have. For this transaction, for example, you used the wrong card, whereas you should have used your, I believe it should be the Amex card. Yes, correct. So you should have used your Amex card and you used another card. And here you missed points. So here, this goes hand in hand with the next section, credit card categories. But before we get to that, I want to show you another feature where you can actually tag your friends in your transactions. So what happens is that you go out with your friends, but you actually want to tag them in terms of sharing expenses or actually remembering what happened. Now, in here you can see actually I tagged a friend, the location has been tagged, and I actually can um, uh, I set the privacy method to either be public or actually visible to others. Now I can add, remove, and do a variety of stuff here. Now, as I said, the next section is the credit card guide. This relates to your own cards, the accounts that you have, and how you should allocate your spending based on your accounts. For example, travel. If you go to gas station, you should use one card, whereas if you're using ride sharing, airlines, or airports, some other cards should be used. Here, this goes in the standard categories and it's very comprehensive. Now, another summary page, this is more of a monthly, weekly, and average. So what happens is that this is more of a budgeting tool where you see your expenditure in a variety of categories and you can actually see how it has progressed, digressed, and then at the same time you can see at a more higher level how you're spending within each day of the week or each month of the year. You could see a snapshot of your recurring expenses and your subscriptions. So what happens is that, for example, for JetBrains, I've been paying for the past what, God knows how many months. And then here again, you get some quick links to other sections in the page. But then let's get to the balances. This is more of a net worth tracker where you actually see a quick snapshot of your different categories from assets, liabilities. It's very comprehensive. For example, liabilities, the credit cards, it's broken down into all the accounts that you have, student loans that you may have. Same time, there are other instruments that we cover. It's very comprehensive. Now, in terms of the other links that we have at the bottom, we have stocks and securities. This one hasn't been developed as much. We're here, it's very similar to the modern trading apps. It's quite beautiful. We actually break it down and provide extensive statistics. You have a variety of statistics from just pure tickers to dividing it into different equities, ETFs, mutual funds, and then giving you some illustration in terms of the sector that you're investing in, and at the same time giving you a comparison with other mutual funds and how you're doing, how you're performing compared to others. The research and trade tab have currently been closed, and crypto as well. All of these are planned to be remain closed. At the same time, we're giving you some information regarding your credit information. This is quite similar to your credit karma. It's more beautiful in my opinion. And you see very quick snapshot of your credit information from your payment history, hard inquiries, all the information you need. Now, in terms of planners, What you have are some actions. This user currently doesn't have actions, but actions could vary depending on your current status. Now, in terms of the user status, you can see the user is in Carbon. We actually give them some quick statistics about how they're doing compared to their relevant age groups, student groups, and in general US population. You can see in terms of income, expense, credit score, and credit line. Then in terms of services, these are pretty new. We've been developing and testing these pretty recently. So what happens is that for the credit builder, you enroll in a program where the robo advisor comes in and actually assists you in picking and choosing your next instrument, your next action, and the next important step that you need to take to actually achieve building your credit. We give you some sort of projection. You could see how your advisor comes in and gives you some sort of explanation, tells you an action. For example, this one, go get a credit card. So you get some very comprehensive services here. The other services include literacy engine. This is quite straightforward. You get some lessons. You have to read the lessons. Lessons are divided into multiple translations. So they go from very easy, more explanation to more difficult with shorter explanations. And then you take a quiz. This one's pretty straightforward now in terms of other ones, student loan advisory, debt optimization, and other instruments. We're working on those, and those will be determined soon whether or not we're going to kick them in. Now, in terms of instruments, you have investments. We already went over this, but I just want to show you how this plays into the whole services section. Now, lastly, we have insights. This is a mini news media we have. It's fully student run. What happens is that students come in, actually provide some snippet of information. We have all the sources. We have the student, the authors of the news, and it's pretty cool. And frankly, we were surprised by the amount of attention that this brought us and the amount of enthusiasm all the kids, students were putting into this. It's, as you can see, it's divided into many sections, very comprehensive, covered many news outlets. I hope this helps. Thank you.